680's Richard Southern joins us. And Richard, U.S. President Trump has triggered a countdown clock now on NAFTA renegotiations. And you're looking at some of the key issues that are at stake as the agreement gets reworked.
Yeah, a lot at stake here for Francis when this renegotiations of this big trade pact get underway. Dairy and lumber, they're two of the obvious big issues that will be discussed. Some of the lesser-known things, though, lesser-known NAFTA sticking points include auto parts. This is going to be a big one for us here in Canada. White House wants more car parts made in the U.S. That could eventually lead to higher car prices, potentially. Bombardier, just today, Boeing, the U.S. plane manufacturer, was in court arguing for duties on Bombardier aircraft. Boeing says Bombardier receives government subsidies, giving it an illegal advantage. Liquor. The U.S. doesn't like Canada's high taxes and tight controls on booze, and especially disagrees with Ontario for keeping wines, imported wines, off of grocery store shelves. Telecommunications. This could be a big one. U.S. might look for more cell phone access in Canada, maybe, you know, more foreign ownership as far as cell phones are concerned. And labor mobility. Right now, work visas under NAFTA are very restrictive, and that could be changed. Francis, we've seen the Canadian dollar pull back the last couple of weeks, and I think part of that has to do with the nervousness over the NAFTA renegotiations.
Yeah, only time will tell. Well, let's look at the markets now. We saw the numbers. The Trump dump did not extend into another day. Stocks, I wouldn't really call it a bounce back. What, the TSX gave back 3 points?
Yeah, it gained 3 points, better than yesterday's 260-point plunge, but certainly the Trump trauma we saw on Wednesday did give way to a little bit of a healing session today. The Dow was up 56 points there on Wall Street, so investors started to move back in a little bit. Still a lot of apprehension, though, regarding these political issues coming out of the White House. Price of oil moving higher, getting close to $50 per barrel. That's a positive for Canada's economy. No changes on the way to Toronto gas prices tonight. So we'll see where stocks go in the next couple of days, because those headlines, Francis, are coming nonstop out of the White House.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are planning to head to the cottage this weekend, and now they can bring Netflix with them.
Yeah, this is interesting. So Netflix has announced that they will be installing so-called download zones for people who are driving to the cottage this weekend and throughout the summer. The video streamer says it's going to offer these temporary download zones where you can download your Netflix content, because, you know, a lot of people don't have the high-speed internet access at the cottage. They're going to have these at Bass Pro Shop at Vaughan Mills, as well as the Farmers Market on Collingwood. Streaming companies like Netflix are really expanding their downloadable content as more subscribers watch entertainment while they travel. Francis.
You know, our next story is a what would you do type of thing. So an artist in London, England, left thousands of coins on the street, then watched how people reacted.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So he left a pile of 15,000 2-pence coins on the ground. We have a picture of this. This is about 300 British pounds all told, 528 Canadian dollars. All of this weighed 235 pounds, so it was heavy. So first off, a group of kids stopped by, and they sat down. They played with those 2-pence coins, but they didn't take any. They just had a bit of fun. Next, the kids, Francis, were followed by a man on a bike, and he stopped, and he took just a few coins, and a lot of people online said he took maybe just enough for a coffee. Next, a younger man came along, and what did he do? He made it rain. He dumped some of the coins over his head, took a few pictures. You know, when else are you going to get a chance to do that, right? Make it rain with the coins. Eventually, though, the inevitable happened. Two guys came along. They had a plan, Francis. They had bags. They loaded every single...
Wow, they were prepared.
They were ready. They were not fooling around. They took every single cent. You know, a recent survey found, Francis, that 4 in 10, only 4 in 10 people would give money to the police that they found on the ground. Just over half said they would keep the found cash. Definitely a what would you do?
10.
Yeah, and only 5% said they give it to charity. So most people are going to pocket that found money.
Well, if you find it, finders keepers.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, we'll see.
Depends on the amount, though, I suppose, but finders keepers.
Now, Richard, I know you're covering some major breaking news when it comes to Canada's unofficial national dish, Swiss Chalet chicken. What's going on?
Stop the presses, Francis. For the first time ever, the legendary Canadian chicken chain is going to start selling fried chicken. They've never done this before, and so this is for a limited time until June 11th. What's more, Swiss Chalet says they're going to put, or they are putting, their famous dipping sauce in the batter before they batter and deep fry the chicken. Cara Operations, owners of Swiss Chalet, they haven't been having a great run on Bay Street. Investors not exactly hungry for the stock. It is down over the past 6 months. So we'll see if fried chicken at Swiss Chalet can revive Cara food stock. Francis.
No. You don't mess with the quarter white.
You got to go
leave
in
it
for the
as
quarter
is.
white, French fries, and
That's
you're
it.
good to go. Get the dipping sauce going, and you're good to go.
Yeah, a whole wheat bun or a multigrain bun, and you're fine.
Nothing
That's the
more
healthy
Canadian
part.
than that.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks.